Hi guys, welcome back to the weekly videos. We have a lot going on and we do have some data coming up as well this week, but the most important part is we have earnings starting. First up is going to be banks. So keep that in mind. That's going to bring in another volatility. And then you all have seen the news on now Trump blocking Iran or Iran block. So much is going on, right? You all seen those tweets, what's happening. So our job is to play level by level and make sure we protect our capital. That is the only one job that you guys have, nothing else. Okay. If there isn't a setup, don't force a trade. You want to wait for a quality setups before you jump into it, and make sure you have your defined stop losses before you even press that buy button. So please play with the cautious. And like I always say, if you have funds left, you will be here to trade the next day. But if you blow up your account, you're trying to chase every up and down candle, you won't be here to trade the next day. So your goal, money will come. Trust me, money will come as long as you protect your capital. That is the one thing that you need to make sure you are focused on. Have your rules ready for you. Review your charts this weekend and make sure that you followed your rules last week, and now you're gonna follow your rules for the coming week. I'm gonna go over the levels that we watched last week, and then I will adjust according. I've already marked the levels to the up and down, but I just didn't adjust where I had posted the call and put, because I wanted to go over how you could have taken those trades, and then I will update as we go through it. So let's start this and okay. All right, so let's start off with Apple. Apple had a beautiful bounce from our calls, and on Tuesday, we bounced right from our puts. We never closed below the Apple puts to take our apples. Our levels pretty much worked out. With the market already gapping down, right now, futures have ES and ES is down about 64 points. And I believe NQ is down almost 260 points. So what I am watching now, last week, our call levels worked out perfectly. So right now, I know that we're most likely going to gap down tomorrow. I want to see, are we going to hold 260 in order for me to look for the calls to the upside? And then for puts, I am looking for below 255. Anything in between here, I am not interested in. And then for the put side of the levels, you will watch 253 first, and then you are going to be watching your 250 as it is. So we will see how much of this VIX does come down and we retrace. If not, I am bullish. As long as we get above 260 and we are able to take out 262, our target is 263. And then our target to the upside is 267. So please make sure this is what you are watching. Even the pullback all the way to your puts, as long as the candle doesn't close below, you can look for calls to the upside as well. Next is AMD. We had a beautiful catch on this trade as well. AMD has filled that gap. So I am going to remove this. And knowing where market is, I am not going to go ahead and place that I want the calls to be above 250. I will adjust that tomorrow morning. But for now, I want to make sure the calls are able to hold above 240. That's where I want to look for calls. And for puts, because we do have a gap to the downside, anything below 230 is where I am looking for the puts to see how much of this gap can we fill. It does not necessarily needs to get filled in one go, but that's what we are watching. If we do, or that would be your target to see if market does pull back, and do we hold or do we continue to drop down? Again, you want to wait for the candle to close below before you jump into it. Any bounces from here, I'm looking for to the upside on AMD. I don't trade Amazon because I haven't, our swing was amazing. I just don't do that day trading. Avgo, right at our level where we did get rejected and calls paid beautifully. If you did focus on this, we really didn't have any put side to it. So for tomorrow, what I'm watching is I need it to stay above 370. So as long as we stay above 370, I'm looking for calls. However, if we start to lose below 358, 357 area, I'm looking for puts to the downside. Otherwise, calls to the upside. We do have a nice gap that still needs to be filled. Market can, jump back up and we could see a recovery very quickly. So I want to be prepared both ways. What happens? Again, calls above 370, puts above below 358 or 357. Okay. Boeing made a really good move. Our leaps are up almost 100% on it as well. So for calls, I'm actually a little bit bearish right now on Boeing. I think it could pull back a little bit more. So calls above 215 if we do pull back. And then I want puts to be below 215. I know it's a little bit tight, but I think if it does pull back, you can capture some of this gap to the downside as well. However, if it stays above 216, 217 area, I am looking for it to the upside on Boeing. So any pullback, as long as we hold, looking for it to go to the upside on it. Nothing has actually changed on coin. Bitcoin is down today, and we will see. If we do see a candle close below, we will look for puts. Otherwise, so far we've held that level and looking for to the bounces to the upside. Nothing really changed. Google, we do have a small gap now to the downside as well. On Google, a bit not really. So far, we had really nice calls last week. So I need to see what pre-market does. As long as we stay above 320, I think this can continue and we could see these two zones on Google get tested. However, if we are losing below 315 or 310 area, even 313, I think we could see a drop down into this gap. However, if we hold 310, I'm still bullish. We could see something like this into this gap and then push back up, something like that. I'm not saying entirely this is what exactly it's going to happen, but that is the possibility of it. Okay. Hood, nothing really has changed again on this. We did have a nice bounce and those levels are still in play. I would keep probably the calls exactly what it is. If we can get above 70, I'm looking for calls. If we are actually below, if it starts to lose 67.23 area, looking for a put to the downside on it. Meta, beautiful move on this one too. We captured a lot of it and looking for, and we actually filled that gap. So that was really nice. So now with the pullback, let's see if we can hold above 620. As long as we hold above 620, looking for calls. However, if with this gap down tomorrow, if we are starting to lose 613, 610 area, I am looking for the puts to the downside on it as well. So marking some levels here to make sure. And if we are breaking out of that 620 area, this has quite a bit of a room that it could continue to the upside as well. So keep this on your list as well. Next is Microsoft. Been on, all the crowd names have been getting hit pretty hard. So we'll see if this is now starting to get into accumulation area and how we are gonna bounce from here. Levels hasn't changed. Looking for calls above 375 and puts below 363. Microstrategy, leaving, don't like because the spread is pretty wild. And our Netflix, we are almost to that supply zone. I'm still holding my leaps and they're printing very nicely. That is a bull flag breakout and it can still go to 105, 108 area as well. Nvidia, again, we pretty much came all the way to almost to 190 and got rejected. So now tomorrow, I'm looking to see, can we hold 185? If we can hold above 185, I'm interested in the calls to the upside. Otherwise, if we do lose 180, even 183.45, let me just confirm something. Yeah, if we start to lose below 183.58, we could see the this lose quickly and hold 180, and we could also look for a bounce from the 180 zone as well. So that's on your Nvidia. PLTR, I will go over in my swing chart as well. I've shared the chart before. So watching where we are, as long as now puts below 120, actually, you know what, let's give ourselves a little bit more room. 120 below is what we will look for our puts, and calls above 130. Okay, nothing below that. And if we do get the bounce back up, then we are looking to be targeting to the upside on it. And I'll go over the swing as well. QQQ levels, not marking calls where and puts below whatever, just giving you guys levels that I'm watching. There is a gap. So even if we do something like this, pull halfway, get that bounce, we could see something like this, or we could see something like this. Should I do it from here? There, gap down, go back up, try to capture, come down, maybe one more push through, and then actually down. Something like that is also possible. I'm gonna just change. So we have two, what I'm watching, but I'm not giving you calls about what market is for QQ and Spy. Not really, not going over. I'm gonna go over in my swing on this one. Spy, maybe something like this we see with that gap down, and we go back up to trap the bulls again, and then we push down, and we'll just be careful on this one as well. So with the gap down, calls above 675, maybe pre-market we recover everything, and this doesn't even give us any moves. Who knows, man? This market is God knows by the time it's morning what kind of tweets and news we are gonna get, right? Tesla, like where it is bouncing it from and puts below 340, calls above 345. Okay, that is what we are watching. Last time our puts have worked out very well. So keep this on your list. Please, if we are breaking out, then we got levels to the upside. Otherwise, your level to the downside are still in play. Okay. That's it. And I am gonna, if I can find where my Zoom is, so I can come in front of you guys and we can talk about it. So please make sure you use these. Again, this is not a financial advice. Use your levels. Don't rush into any of your trades. I am gonna upload the swing video into VOP. So if you are in VIP, if you log in with your email that you are signed up with, you will have access to the recording for your swings and leaps. I will share the charts on that. I am gonna stop recording, and thank you so much. I hope these levels are helping you guys with your day trades and your scalps. If it does, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. I will see you next weekend, hopefully.